Coming up, the Attorney General investigates tobacco advertising in Norman, a breath of fresh air for kids at Myriad Gardens, and we examine the pros and the cons of raising taxes for education. This is OU Nightly. The battle lines are drawn. Approve a statewide sales tax for education or look for the money elsewhere in the state budget.
That's right, and on one side stands OU President David Boren and a statewide coalition of education and community leaders. On the other, tax-worry Oklahomans and a conservative political coalition determined to stop the proposal before it even gets started. 1 penny on the dollar. Some say that's all it could take for Oklahoma to beef up its education funding. Come next November, Oklahomans may have the opportunity to pass an education sales tax. A group headed by OU President David Boren, known as Oklahoma Children, Our Future, presented the petition.
We're 49th in the nation, 49th in what we spend per pupil. And so we're in a terrible shape already. But what makes it worse than ever? We face $1 billion shortfall in the legislature this year.
That shortfall again threatens education funding. In fact, in the last 6 years, funding for education has dropped around $200 million.
They're going to have to cut education even more. We'll be 51st. We'll be dead last in the nation. As I say, we'll be 51st minus. We'll be below the elevator shaft. And that's going to do terrible things to the future of our state.
Boren's group wants voters to approve a statewide 1% sales tax to generate $625 million for education. $120 million of that will go towards higher education, $50 million to programs for at-risk children, $20 million for career tech systems, and the rest of the money, almost 2/3, will go to increasing teacher salaries by $5,000.
We're $11,000, $12,000, $13,000 below the national average, but a $5,000 increase will at least bring us up so that.
As of now, the petition is stuck in the Oklahoma Supreme Court. They'll decide whether or not the initiative will move forward. And for now, no one knows exactly when that decision will be made.
And despite its good intentions, the sales tax proposal has plenty of detractors. Opponents say the state can fix the teacher problem with just under $300 million, not the more than $600 million that Boren proposes. They say there's more than enough money available for that from efficiencies in health insurance coverage and wasteful and non-essential state spending. Plus, the opponents say that Boren's proposal will leave Oklahoma with the nation's highest statewide average sales tax at 9.7%, and that, they say, will be disastrous for Oklahoma's image and its hopes for expanding the economy.
20% of the education tax is earmarked for higher education. Some of the money could be used to reduce the rising cost of tuition. Since 2004, tuition and fees have increased by over $3,500 for residents and nearly $9,000 for non-residents. In 2013, OU implemented a flat-rate tuition program, but the following year, residents' expenses increased $350 and almost $1,000 for non-residents. So, student debt continues to climb.
It's like terrifying knowing like, oh, I'm going to graduate with like possibly $80,000 worth of debt.
For more information on tuition and financial resources, you can visit financialaid.ou.edu.
And Oklahoma's financial struggle to education could cost us a penny on every dollar on things like groceries or even getting a cup of coffee. OU Nightly's Ashley Wheeler explains why educators think the 1-cent tax is critical for Oklahoma's kids.
I think that if we don't do the penny sales tax, public education as we know it is over.
At the end of September, University of Oklahoma President David Boren proposed a penny sales tax for the state of Oklahoma. The tax will go to support education and increase teacher salary.
I think that's the only thing that's going to help education at this point. We've tried everything in the book.
Numbers show low salaries play a role in the shortage of applications in the College of Education.
The data is kind of interesting. At an undergraduate level, we've definitely seen a decrease in the number of students that are coming into the College of Education.
The salary competition in surrounding states is also a factor in Oklahoma's teacher shortage.
I'm convinced that we're producing enough teachers, it's just so many of them go out of state. You sort of set up this dynamic where you have this need for teachers, but we're not retaining the teachers that we graduate from our colleges of education.
The average person will pay $200 more annually if the tax proposal passes. ABLA believes that Oklahoma children are worth more than a penny.
You're not worth an extra penny so that we can get you the best schools, the best teachers, the best equipment. And we're not even asking for top of the line. We're asking to be average. We're asking not to be 49th. It's not okay.
Bourne hopes the proposal will be on the November 2016 ballot. Ashley Wheeler, OU Nightly.
If you spent some time outside today, you probably noticed the wind.
That's right, and the crisper temperatures. Mandy Bailey is standing by with more on those temperatures dropping. Mandy?
Well, right now, y'all, it is not too bad outside, in the upper 50s and lower 60s for many of us, but tonight we will cool down, although not quite as much as you would expect for this time of year. Temperatures will stay quite a bit above that normal low of 39 because we have a lot more cloud cover creeping in to keep us warmer overnight tonight. Soggy turkeys and winter weather. Who gets it when? I'll have more coming up later. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Mandy. OU Nightly has learned that Oklahoma Attorney General Scott Pruitt is investigating a Norman convenience store that may be advertising tobacco products illegally.
That's right, and our Tyler Jones is here with more on the investigation. Tyler?
Bijan, since September, OU Nightly has been investigating the tobacco advertisements at the Cube, and this is what they look like. A blatant overuse of fluorescents, colorful, in-your-face, and cartoon images, all designed to sell tobacco products. The AG is investigating whether the advertising violates the master settlement agreement between tobacco companies and all of the states. The MSA prohibits advertisements like this one showing a brightly colored cartoon used by a popular tobacco company. Here in Norman, Healthy Living directors believe the Cube is well aware of what they're doing.
I think the Cube is aware of what they're doing, and I think they know the guidelines, but I think they're doing everything that they can to just ride that thin line of crossing it, which is really sad because they still know what they're doing is not right and it's wrong, and they're targeting the youth still.
Now, owners of the store have declined to comment, but one of them told me that the Cube recently met with tobacco companies to help redesign their ads. And meantime, the AG's investigation will continue, and we'll let you know when the results are as the probe is concluded. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Tyler. An Oklahoma judge has partially lifted a gag order on the OSU homecoming parade crash case. Specifically, the judge will now allow the families and parties involved in the case to publicly discuss it. But documents regarding the physical and mental health of defendant Adacia Chambers will remain sealed. Chambers is charged with 4 counts of second-degree murder and 46 counts of assault and battery.
Still to come on OU Nightly, a disagreement between 2 major players in the fight against ISIS.
Plus, fresh air could be coming to a park bench near
Take a
you.
deep breath.
Stay with us.
And you can feel.
Welcome back. I'm Dylan Jasna in the OU Nightly News Center. Russian President Vladimir Putin says Turkey's downing of a Russian warplane is a stab to the back. This video shows the jet crashing to Earth. Turkey claims the jet violated its airspace and was warned to go back, but Russia insists it never entered Turkey. And now officials say a Russian Marine was killed during an operation to rescue the pilot of that plane. NATO called an emergency meeting urging calm and de-escalation. New tonight, authorities released the name and photo of another suspect they're looking for in connection to the Paris terror attacks. Police say Mohamed Abrini dropped off one of the bombers who attacked the soccer stadium. And French President François Hollande is in the U.S. today lining up for more support to the fight against ISIS. That's what's happening around the world. Vanessa?
Thanks, Dylan. Well, we all know fall is a great time to get the kids outdoors for some fresh air. And as OU Nightly's Jennifer Sellers shows us, that's especially true at one of the Metro's premier urban parks.
Take a deep breath, and you can feel that crisp fall air. It might feel healthy, but congested urban areas generate pollution that can threaten your family's health. But at Oklahoma City's Myriad Gardens, there's now a device that makes it easy to find out what's in the air. And this is it, a park bench that doubles as a solar-powered, high-tech, real-time air quality monitor. The bench is located in the children's garden, providing helpful information and teaching kids about air pollution.
And it's another example, like I said, where the people of Oklahoma are really moving forward, thinking about the important things and the sustainability of children's health.
The Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality partnered with the EPA to make the project possible. Oklahoma City is one of only 5 cities chosen to participate. The project makes it easy to see whether local air quality numbers for pollution such as ozone are reaching dangerous levels.
Right now we're in compliance with the new standard and we hope to remain so. It's usually the hot summer, still days that you have the biggest issues.
The bench is a great place to sit and enjoy the view of the park, and just a few steps away is this monitor where you can see the quality of the air in real time.
The monitor shows levels of particle pollution, ozone levels, and weather conditions.
And even if I'm across the gardens or anywhere for that matter, I can still check the air quality on their live website.
To help kids learn more about air quality, the DEQ also offers children's coloring books and crossword puzzles. So the next time you need to take a load off, head over to the Myriad Gardens and take a deep breath of Oklahoma air. Jennifer Sellers, OU Nightly.
DEQ leaders say there are plans in the works to put an air quality bench right here on OU's campus in the coming months.
After the break, Mandy will have a look at the holiday weekend weather.
The sun is gone and the clouds are here with rain on the way. I'll have your full Thanksgiving forecast coming up next. Welcome back to OU Nightly. Well, with rain on the way, our next storm system is currently off of the coast of California. You can see this spin going on right here. That is going to be heading into Oklahoma as early as tomorrow night, bringing us some much needed rain this time of year. But taking a look at our highs tomorrow, not going to be too bad in the lower 60s for many of us. A few of us a little warmer off in southwestern Oklahoma. But starting Wednesday, we do have rain chances moving on into the area. Oklahoma City and Norman having about a 30% chance of some light drizzle Wednesday morning and afternoon. Now Wednesday night that will ramp up as that storm system begins pushing through. But the big day is going to be on Thanksgiving. We have a 100% chance of rain here in Oklahoma City, Norman, heading to the west and in the Panhandle, and all of the state is going to see big rain chances and heavy rain at that. We're expecting to see anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rainfall on Thursday into Friday. Now Thanksgiving night though, with that front arriving, we have cooler temperatures that are going to be below freezing. So in northwestern Oklahoma, we're going to have a chance of some freezing rain. That does not include the metro at this time, so that's going to be Thursday night again into Friday. Now, chances on Friday are going to be predominantly in central and southern Oklahoma, and this is just chance for precip. This doesn't include whether it's going to be rain or freezing rain. The rain is going to stay in central and eastern Oklahoma, freezing rain off in northwestern Oklahoma, and that is slowly going to start moving towards central Oklahoma as we head into Saturday morning and Friday night. That won't reach the metro at the moment, but if that freezing line can get close enough, we might be dealing with some ice here on Saturday morning. If you're heading to Stillwater for that game day, well, it's going to be very, very chilly, and we're going to have lots of rain chances the next several days. Wednesday, again, 30% chance of rain, and we will stay partly to mostly cloudy as we're headed through the day. Thursday, a 100% chance of rain, high of 64, that low dropping down into the 30s, and that will continue to cool off as we head into Thursday night into Friday. Friday's high only 39 degrees, so a lot cooler on Friday than we will be on Thursday after that front moves through. Possible freezing rain in northwestern Oklahoma. I don't think that will reach the metro on Saturday, and we're going to be wet if you're headed out to Stillwater. I think it's going to rain for the game.
Yeah, and you know, though, I like that heavy rain for Thanksgiving because that makes you want to stay in, eat a big dinner, go to bed early. Like, it's just like, it keeps you inside.
That's true. You just kind of, yeah, just family time, you know, watch a movie, put the fire on.
That's
and
right.
you don't feel too bad if you eat too much because then you don't have to move.
Exactly.
And Saturday, the weather is looking bad, but it's Bedlam, everyone's favorite game of the year, and Mason Prince is standing by with sports. Mason?
All right, thanks, BJ. And like you said, it's Bedlam week with a conference title on the line this time. And Kevin Durant returned for the Thunder last night and had himself a ball game, folks. Sports is straight ahead. Hello, Sooner Nation. I'm Mason Prince with your look at OU Nightly Sports. The 106th edition of Bedlam on Saturday has a little more at stake than just bragging rights. It's a battle between the top 2 teams in the Big 12. Sooners win, and it's Big 12 title number 9. If TCU beats Baylor on Friday, then the Pokes can clinch the conference with a win. With Thanksgiving approaching, Senator Ty Darlington took some time to reflect yesterday on his favorite Turkey Day tradition with his family.
My aunt and uncle, my first year here, we took a bunch of guys up to their house in Edmond for Thanksgiving dinner, and they wouldn't let us eat until we went around the table and everyone gave a reason why they hate OSU. So I've been taught for a long time to hate those guys.
I kind of have that same tradition at my house. Kickoff is Saturday at 7 p.m. in Stillwater. Well, a lot goes into being a Heisman candidate. OU Nightly Sports' Courtney Boggs shows us the ingredients that make Baker Mayfield one of college football's best.
Coming off a narrow victory over TCU this past weekend, after leaving the game early because of a concussion, there's nothing sweeter for Baker Mayfield than a Sooner win. But despite there being a little too much shake and bake on Saturday, Mayfield plans to be back this weekend against OSU. And his playoff and Heisman dreams seem hotter than ever. Let's take a look at what this Heisman candidate is made of.
Not say enough about Baker Mayfield. The energy, the heart that he possesses, and how his team feeds off of him.
Baker Mayfield has quickly mixed his way into the Heisman conversation. He ranks among the top in the nation in several offensive categories, including passing efficiency, completions, and touchdowns per game.
The way he's playing has done the talking for him. That he doesn't need to say anything else.
Mayfield's stats resemble those of Sam Bradford and Jason White during their Heisman seasons. He even outranks them in passing percentage and rushing. Not to mention Mayfield's energy and leadership on the field is key for the Sooners' performance, which we all got a good taste of this past Saturday.
That tells you all you need to know about his personality, and then what he's, the way he's been able to play, and the players around him. It's really been exceptional.
Mix all of these ingredients together, and voila! This masterpiece has Baker Mayfield written all over it. Courtney Boggs, OU Nightly.
Yeah, those are some pretty good cookies right there, Courtney. Well, after moving up to number 7 in the AP poll on Monday, the Oklahoma men's basketball team is back in action tonight against Incarnate Word. All-American Buddy Hield, coming off a Big 12 Player of the Week honor, will lead the Sooners in a battle against its second straight opponent from the Southland Conference. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock. And Kevin Durant was back on the court last night after a 6-game absence because of a strained hamstring. Man, those cookies are dry. First quarter and Serge Ibaka gets a block, finds Durant on the fast break, and he gets the dunk. Second quarter now, Durant pulls up for 3, and folks, this is just unfair. Watch him step up to the three-point line. Get your hand up, young blood. Gordon Hayward, come on. Third quarter now, and Westbrook leading the fast break, throws an alley-oop to Durant. Hamstring is going to look okay here. A little nice soft jam right there. Then Durant later with a little shimmy, shake, and a slam. Hamstring definitely okay there. Durant didn't seem to lose a step as he finished with 27 points, and the Thunder win 111-89. Thunder now have won 2 in a row and play the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow in OKC. So, good to have KD back and better to have some of these cookies. You guys want a cookie, BJ?
That's what I was going to say. I mean, these cookies are almost as good as having KD back.
That's
so
right.
It's good to finally have him back.
Thanks, Courtney Boggs. None for you, Vanessa.
All righty. Thanks, guys. And if you are heading home for Thanksgiving, Mandy's standing by with your forecast before you hit the road.
Plus One Singer Records breaking sales in just a matter of days.
I'm Anna Whitney at the OU Nightly Update Desk. An explosion hit a bus carrying Tunisian presidential guards. It killed at least 12 people and wounded 16 others. After the blast, Tunisia's president responded by declaring his country at war against terrorism. President Beji Caid Essebsi called for a curfew in the capital and a state of emergency throughout the country after today's explosion. For updates on this and other stories, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Back to you in the studio.
Hello, it's me.
Hello, it's Adele. The superstar is breaking records and the bank. Her latest album, 25, sold 2.43 million copies in just about 3 days. She surpassed NSYNC's single-week sale in 2000 of 2.4 million in just a matter of days. Adele will not allow the album to be on any streaming services like Apple Music and Spotify.
It's interesting that she does that. A lot of artists, I know, was it Taylor Swift, who didn't want to allow her stuff to be on those streaming services. So it's interesting that artists are taking that turn. Also, I'm not really a big Adele fan, but this album is awesome.
It's a fantastic album.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's been great.
Yeah.
Maybe you can listen to it while you're traveling. For the break, the weather across the U.S., well, some areas not going to be too bad. Throughout the Central Plains and Midwest, we do have some rain chances for Wednesday afternoon. I don't believe that will cause any major travel implications, whether you are flying or driving. The West Coast is going to be a little messy, though. Off in northwestern U.S., we're going to have some snow, some rain, winter mix. It's going to be messy.
All right, thanks, Mandy, and thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by Gaylord College.
We'll see you later. Good night.